Well, hello. This is Sir David the Bard, still alive. Not well, but alive. I wanted to first thank people. Take a look at this cute card that a lady sent me. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, you can. Look at that. And she says, I look like the Tin Man up there who oiled myself. Well, I don't know if that's a compliment or so. But she sent some money for the hungry children there, and it's taken me a week or two to get over to the mailbox. I kept calling it, but the son of a bitch stood there. It didn't come, so I had to crawl over there and get it. I've gotten some really nice comments, and I've also got some comments that read them for yourself. If you want to know what Mormons are really like, and you don't believe the Mormon church, look how they treat you. Look what they say. I never erase any of my comments, good or bad. And so the more fanatical they are, the more hateful they are. And they wonder why they're not a Christian religion. Well, anyway, I wanted to do a video today on something that I think, this is unique, I think. Now, if others of you have heard it, hey, I'm a step behind. But I've noticed in especially Utah, this has exacerbated the circumstance living in Kangaroo City, Utah. When you are pulled over from the very, very beginning of the criminal or civil process in the state of Utah, the Mormon church rules. If you're pulled over by the highway patrol and they're not trying to feel you up, go look at some of my other videos, and you have a pair of garments on your head, and the guy says, could I see your license and your insurance? You go, you don't need to. You see my garments. And he'll say, you're right. Pass on. Now, if you don't have those garments, right from the get-go, if you got a tattoo or you've got a t-shirt that says Mormons are a cult, I don't advise you to wear that while you're driving through Utah. From the very, very moment of interaction with the police department in Utah, if you're not active LDS, there's no justice. Now, listen to me first. Listen to me first before you Mormons start throwing shit at the camera and saying, you know, I'm a liar, It's like when they say I'm a liar, 820 videos, I've lied on everyone. I'm not that smart. I'm not that smart. All right. So now you've been arrested. You go into the, I guess, now I haven't been arrested, so I just watch TV. So you go into the police station, and you're barefooted, and your pants are a little bit low, and you have 2 tattoos on your arms, and you have a nose ring and a tongue ring. In Utah, you're the dumb shit, not the police. You're the dumb shit. So you go in there, and all the people that are booking you and taking pictures of you, if you're naked, that would be a state president or a bishop. But if you got clothes on, that could be any policeman. Anyway, your life is now downhill. So, they treat you poorly. They know you're screwed. You're screwed through the whole damn system. So they put you in a cell, and the graffiti in the cell that is still on the wall. Now, they take the other graffiti off the wall, but the graffiti that is there is, if you're not an active Mormon, you're screwed. Here's the missionary numbers. The rest of it about the police being a screw job, whatever, that's all gone. Every day they erase that part. Well, now you have the important part, I think, of any judicial system. I don't care if it's Muslim, I don't care if it's Buddhist, I don't care if it's Christian, I don't care if it's Mormon. You're going to appear in front of a judge. Now, if you think a judge is not a human being, you are Mr. or Mrs. Dumb. They argued with their wife this morning. The damn car did have a flat tire, and the bill collectors did call on that overdue yacht. that you know you paid, but they don't have a record of it. Your prostate's not working anymore, so your weenie is just hanging between your legs. And you know you're going to see all these beautiful girls that come through your courtroom, but there's not a thing you can do other than your eyes, and they're not working very well either. Now, I've been in immigration court to try to help a friend of mine who got deported by the state of Utah. And the judge was a former state president and a mission president. He told me, I was the defendant's attorney in immigration court. You don't have to have a JD degree. You can, in Utah, you can speak for yourself. Well, you can't if you're in front of a state president. He's not used to anybody saying, what the hell? You know, you say that, you're in contempt. Your ass is out of there as the attorney. And they deport my friend to the moon, not to Argentina. He goes to the moon. So anyway, I couldn't even present a case. Couldn't even present a case. It was so biased. Now, you walk before a judge in Utah, there's a damn good chance, 60-75%, that he's Mormon. And when he looks down and sees your damn tattoos and your nose ring, he knows damn well you ain't the elders quorum president. And there's two types of roads to justice. Well, there's one road to justice in Utah. That's if you're a member of the Mormon church. If you're not, there's another road, but it ain't to justice. It's the shit village, and it gets worse. Now, your attorney says, well, Your Honor, all he was doing is he was doing 1 mile over the speed limit, and the highway patrol pulled him over. He did have his taxes and registration and his driver's license all current, and we're asking for a small fine and to close the case, let him go. And the judge says, well, you could have hit a child. And the attorney says, on the freeway? We hit deer, but we don't hit too many children climbing that fence. If they can climb the fence, they can jump out of the way of a guy going 1 mile an hour over. And so the prosecutor stands up and he says, Your Honor, remember you and I when we played golf on Sunday and how close that last hole was? Close ain't good enough, Your Honor. Only in horseshoes. This guy is a criminal. Look at his nose. Look at his tattoos. Look at his face like he doesn't even believe he's here for 1 mile and over. He's disrespectful to our country and to our laws here in Utah. And obviously, his moral standards are far below many of those men who are going 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, but they're wearing suits. So we know who they are. Let them go. Let them go. But this guy, don't let him go. The judge says, well, Frankie, you know, I know you were better than me in law school, and I know you're jealous that I'm up here and I'm making all the decisions. So the judge turns to the defense counsel and he says, I'm going to bind this over to the grand jury. And the defense counsel said, are you out of your mind? And the judge goes, Mr. Attorney, you're dismissed. Get the hell out of here. And the prosecutor goes, well, Your Honor, we recommend at least 6 months in jail and 10 years probation. And the judge says, you know, I think that's a good idea. Hits the gavel, and now you're gone. Your ass is going back to jail. And it's going to be there for a while, and you're going to have the little electronic thing. I think you pay $500 a month for them to put the electronic thing on you, and you be home. So, anyway, here's what the bards suggest. I don't think you've ever heard it anywhere else. This is pure genius. Bipolar genius. Now, all the attorneys and all of the damn judges, as crooked as a dog's back leg, hind leg, are going to say, he's an idiot, he's lying, he's not worthy, he's never been a Mormon. I wish all that was true. I do that. I wish I was never a Mormon. That has scarred me for life, but I'm trying to find happiness outside that cult, and I have. Now, here's the Constitution. Okay, and oh God, the Mormons, they know the Constitution like the 13th or 14th Article of Faith, unless they don't like it. Like freedom of speech. That ain't part of any constitutional rights. Get out of here. Assembly, you can't walk out there with a sign that says the cult are Mormons. You can't do that shit in Utah. Well, anyway, here's my point. If we want real justice in the United States, we're not even damn close. Those of you that jump up and down and talk about a jury trial and a trial of your peers and you have a right to confront your peers, bullshit. Bullshit. If you're a woman, a jury of your peers would all be women, wouldn't they? If you were a Muslim in a Utah court, wouldn't all your peers be Muslim? O.J. Simpson had all of the black people on his jury, got a jury of his peers, and he's playing golf down in Florida. Now here's what the Bard suggests, and this is not going to happen in my lifetime. Few things have happened in my lifetime. The defendant in any criminal or civil court action anywhere in the United States, the jury, the judge, the members of the audience, nobody can see the defendant. He or she is shielded during court to face their accusers. That's all the Constitution says. Constitution does not say we can look at the defendant and judge his eyes and judge if he's bald or if he's got tattoos. Those things mean nothing. It's the evidence. Is this person guilty of the society sanctioning them? So, if you're a midget, no one knows you're a midget. I can say midget. If you're a Negro, I can say Negro. No one knows you're a Negro. The voice is disguised, and the total body and clothing of the defendant is screened. Jury can't see shit. All they can do is listen to the evidence. And they make a decision, and the guy with the nose ring and the earring and bald and 2 tattoos walks because the evidence just isn't there. Now, let's look at some of the ramifications of my suggestion. First of all, if you're old and demented, no one knows that. So when the prosecutor asks you a question, it's in another voice. The jury doesn't see you sweating and doesn't see your hand shaking because of medication, and they're young and stupid and say, see, he's guilty, he's shaking. The jury doesn't see your orange hair. So see, he's disrespecting the court. He needs to be punished and learn to respect us. Well, I don't respect too many juries anywhere. Disguise the defendant. Disguise the voice. The prosecutor doesn't have to look over and say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, look at the Bard. He's damn bald and he's fat as hell. Obviously, he's got emotional problems. And that's why he shot those 200 people in the Mormon church. Mormon jury looks over and goes, yeah, he is bald. Yeah, he is fat. He has no discipline. Yeah, he must be guilty. See how they link that? And out the door you go. You're gone. Every defendant in every civil case, in every criminal case, needs to be shielded from the jury. The jury does not have a right under the Constitution to see that person. Only that person has a right to confront and be judged by his or her peers. Your religion, your weight, your hairdo, your squeaky little voice, none of that is going to be held against you to put you into prison and take your freedom. Now, let's take it into civil court, okay? Been there, done that. Attorneys always tell you to wear a suit into civil court. Well, you don't do that. You're not going to be in there very long. You're going to be gone. When a judge is deciding custody and alimony and visitation, if he looks down and you're a short little son of a bitch with a doing this to the judge. Now, if you're in a little hidden cage, you can do this to the judge. It means nothing. You're expressing yourself. You know, the judge don't see that, so he's not prejudiced. And when your attorney says, well, this defendant has a good job, he's been on the job 10 years, and he's never been late, he's never been arrested, he's never been on any welfare program, and he's the soccer coach and the swimming coach of the junior high, and he goes on and on and on. The judge can't see. You're sitting there in a Speedo. He can't see that shit. And he can't see the binoculars looking at the young jurors. That's all irrelevant. All irrelevant. The bard knows. This is direct revelation. Not from a god, because all the gods don't exist. But the 6 naked angels that appear to me now and then, and I can only confirm that they're naked. I cannot confirm they have wings. I've never looked that long. And I've never said to them, turn around, let me see your wings. Anyway, this guy's the defendant. Let's make it fair. Let's make it fair. If you go into a court with a Quaker's hat on your head in a Western court in California, you're gone. The beard, I don't know if you followed this, the Amish, a couple of the Amish people really punished the guy. They threw him down on the ground and shaved his beard. Well, the people that did that got 5-10 years in jail for a hate crime. Well, an Amish person looks a little strange in a public courtroom. The long beards, the Quakers have the hat, and the Jews have the little cap, and the Muslims have the rag on their head, the towel. Those things, when a regular jury see that, they go, he's guilty. He's guilty. He's not a Christian. Jesus doesn't love this person. Should have never been born. And God, if you're black and you're not carrying a shoe shine kit or a baggage for the judge, or you know the other things, the actors doing blackface, you don't have a chance. If you're Hispanic and the judge says, how old are you? And they go, muka maka yiku muka. Bueno, gracias. The jury go, holy shit, this person is probably illegal. They just jumped across the river. Put their ass in jail or deport them. If the language is translated by a computer, no one knows they're Hispanic. No one knows they speak another language. So all of our immigrants, the Asians, the Hispanics, the blacks, the midgets, the albinos, all of the albinos will be safe. So, yeah, I'm joking about it, but it's a serious problem. The United States does not judge its people. It judges how they look and their shoes. If you come into a courtroom barefooted, do you think that's going to help you in front of 12 men and 12 women? Now, let me give you one more piece of advice as you young people redefine America. Okay? I just got jury duty the other day. They don't discriminate in Utah. You can be dead-ass mentally ill in a wheelchair and you get jury duty unless your good doctor says he's too screwed up. He can't serve on a jury. He doesn't even know who he is. Don't make the bard serve. Now, where do they get my name? Off of YouTube? Off of Facebook? Off the post office? Poster? No! It's the jury pool. Anybody who votes is subject to jury duty. Bullshit. Who are the people that vote? The old people. The conservative people. And in Utah, it's going to be 70 or 80% Republicans. So if you get up there and you're the defendant and they look at you and you're dressed like a hippie and you have a sign that says screw the government, oh my God, you're going to jail. You don't have any civil rights, you're going to jail. It shouldn't be jury. Jury should have nothing to do with it. It's assumed that jurors are more stable. My ass, they almost elected Mitt Romney. They're not that stable, folks. Homeowners. Go to the homeowners sheet. Now, the young people are not going to be in a large representation in a jury pool. Bedridden people aren't going to be, I don't know, maybe you can get a bedridden person into the jury box. Hang them over the... Mr. Smith, can you just put your head up if you agree? I don't know. But damn, if you own a house, or a condo, or whatever, or a cardboard box if it has a mailbox, you should be eligible for jury duty, damn it. That puts young people, that puts women, that puts Hispanics, that puts blacks, that puts Asians, that pushes Democrat, and it represents Republican and Independent and Muslims and Buddhists. I think there's only one Buddha. I think it's Buddhist people, you know. Anyway, and Hindu. Let's be fair. Guard the identity of the person you're accusing and pull a jury pool from real America. Real America. Real people who you're confronting, your real peers. Now, I say homeowners because if you rent or if you're moving around, it's very hard to grab those people. But damn, if you're responsible enough in America to own a home, been through a mortgage company, you have enough of a FICO score, you know, you're a pretty decent human being if you haven't been arrested and all the rest of the things that they check out. But God, in Utah, 80-85% of the registered voters are damn Republicans. And they can spot you in a minute. They can spot you in a minute. If you're sitting at the jury table with a Coke and a big gulp from 7-Eleven, your ass is grass. You ain't a Republican. You're a Democrat. We don't want you to vote anymore. Get your ass out of here. So, the Bard says, by direct revelation, I should give my girls names. Six-packs. My six-pack of angels have told me, tell the world, shield and protect the defendant against all discrimination, and get a jury that has 18, 19, 26, 37-year-old people on it. Don't gather up all those 80-plus people in Utah that have been in the damn Mormon church in polygamy their whole life, and they look at you, and you got a mohawk. Hell, you ain't an Indian, and they ain't Indian givers. You're going to jail. So, revelation from my six angels, and I do hope they keep appearing. The longer they stand there and talk, the better I like being Sir David the Bard, the quasi-prophet. Thanks.